Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey, good evening, Facebook family. Welcome to another episode of Post Daily Dose. With me, your trusted parenting advisor, faithful guide and servant on the healing journey. What's my name? Big Papa Bryan+Post. Hope everyone's doing fantastic on this amazing Tuesday evening. Look at his gray hair sticking up. I told a group of social workers today that I felt like I could feel some of my gray hairs just popping out of my head. Thought I would show you guys real quick this real cool scenery. You see the snow-capped mountains over there? We are actually in Redding, California, and getting ready to head to Oakland. And so you can't see them as well as I can, but it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome little scenery. Just dropping off a copy of From Fear to Love to a social worker here in Redding. Had a couple of really good presentations with really neat adoption workers today in Chico and also here in Redding, so really excited about all of that. So wanted to just hop on here real quick before Kyle and I get back on the road. Wanted to address a question about lying. When the lying becomes more serious, when it has greater implications, specifically when the lie, and this comes from one of our posties, Janine from Denver. She's a clinician, and she was asking about it regarding her. Hang on just a minute. It's getting kind of noisy. Hey, brother. Yeah, man. I'm doing it, man. Pushing shopping carts along. They're pretty noisy. So anyway, Janie asked when she had a 4-year-old who said that his mom hit him, and I'm assuming he's a foster child because she then had to report it, and the mom, of course, denied having hit the child, but wanted to know how to have the conversation with the young man. And this comes up a lot, especially with children with trauma histories, foster kids, adopted kids, who have been abused so often. They have such imprints of abuse in their, wow, it is really loud here. Such imprints of abuse in their brainstem in relationships, and the lying becomes really serious because all of a sudden you have a clinician that has to make a report, and that's going to have to be investigated. And so how does a parent who is in this situation talk to the child? And I think I always try to keep it real with you guys. This is one of those situations. When you've got children who come from backgrounds of trauma, sometimes the children have felt so helpless they haven't known what else to do except to, is it that they haven't known what else to do? It's not that they haven't known what else to do. There hasn't been any other opportunity for them to feel safe, other than having social workers come to their home and remove them. And feelings of helplessness are pretty common. And these same children, when not in abusive homes, have been known to make allegations against their parents out of their own fear and overwhelm and frustration. And I believe that has nothing to do with the parent so much as it has to do with the child's sense of helplessness. And it's not a bad thing. It's a bad thing because you have to have social workers come to your home and do some kind of investigation. That can be very stressful. No one wants that. But it's actually a good thing, especially if the allegations are unfounded, because it opens up an opportunity to have a conversation about what it actually means to make a false report. I don't even look at false reporting as lying. Of course it is a lie. but it's more serious because of all the implications that are involved. And if you get, sometimes a social worker can be overzealous, like a police officer can be overzealous. But it's an opportunity to talk to the child about the times in their lives when they didn't feel safe. And when they have experiences now with their parent of maybe not feeling safe, but that is not that they're in imminent risk. There's a difference, and let me just say, children who have trauma histories can oftentimes have sensory issues. They can hear a parent's raised voice as a yell. They can feel a parent who grabs them by the hand to move them somewhere as being yanked by the arm. They can experience a swat on the butt, and you all know what a swat on the butt is. I mean, literally a swat on the butt can almost not even make a physical, register as a physical occurrence. But for a child with a trauma history, that swat on the butt could feel like you just turned them inside out, like you just gave them the hardest whack ever. So the perceptions, because of the sensory experiences, can be really skewed. So you have to be really sensitive about those dynamics with trauma children, but at the same time, and I don't want parents swatting their kids on the butt, because I believe that as soon as you do that, you have the potential for associating yourself with whatever other trauma is in their brainstem. But it's an opportunity to say, look, these are the things that could happen. This is what could happen, when you make an allegation about something I've done to you because you're frustrated, or because you're angry, or because you feel scared. And I need you to know that you are safe in this home. And I want to have an opportunity for us to be able to talk. And this is a 4-year-old. So a 4-year-old, that abstract thinking is not there. And they don't even know, a 4-year-old wasn't even making an allegation. A 4-year-old was just saying, probably to the therapist, "Mommy hit me," with no concept of what that means. And so I guess what I want to say to parents is, it doesn't have to be. It's scary and it's stressful. But if you know you did not hit your child, if you know you've not locked your child in their room, approach it from a perspective of, look, we want to help our child be as safe as possible. We want to help our child feel as safe as possible. And I am completely open to any conversation, any communication, which will allow that to happen. And it scares me, and communicate this to your child. I feel scared. I feel sad. That's probably even a bigger piece. Having an emotional conversation with your child, which really opens you up. See, this is not a conversation you want to have that's an angry conversation. It's a conversation you want to have that's an emotionally connected conversation. You put your child in your lap and you look at him and you say, you know what? Nothing would make me sadder than if you were not in my home, if you were not in my life. Nothing scares me more as the potential threat of you not being here. I want you to always feel safe. I want you to always feel loved. And I understand you may get scared and you may get mad at me, but I always want you to feel safe, honey. And when you say things to therapists that may not be true, it puts us at risk. It puts us at risk of me being able to love you and keep you safe and protect you. And that makes me really sad. And it makes me really sad that I did something to you that made you feel scared enough that you would have to tell someone something that may not be true. And I'm so sorry for that, because I love you and I want to keep you safe. Have that conversation. Connect. Open up that relationship. You have to move past your own fear and your own anxiety. And I know parents whose kids have made sexual abuse allegations against them. And they've had to go through the trauma, because it can be traumatic for parents and for a family, and only to find out that it's unfounded. And I just want to encourage you as parents, when children make false allegations, don't give up. Don't give up. It can be very sad, it can be very scary, but don't give up, because the child is not making allegations against you. The child is doing the best that they know how to do to try to feel safe and try to create some security for themselves. And because of their experiences, they don't know how to just have open conversations with you, healing conversations. So connect emotionally, share your fear, share your sadness with your child. Hey, Mimi, share your sadness with your child, and hopefully you can work through those kinds of occurrences. And those are never easy and they're never fun. But just hold it in your heart that you know that you didn't do anything that you weren't supposed to. And I think things will always have a way of working out. That's it, guys. We got to get on the road. We got about 3.5 hours worth of driving to do. God bless you. Big Papa loves you. Remember, in any given situation, you always have two choices. You can continue to react from the same imprints of stress and fear and overwhelm, or you can stop, you can slow down, breathe with me, and choose love. And I hope you'll choose love. Good night, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.